Ding dong bean bon TikTok. What is going down? How are you? What are you doing? Are you just chilling like me? What day is it? Is it Thursday? I think it is Thursday. It's totally Thursday. It's the second. Dude, yes, it was my brother's birthday yesterday, dude. I think he's 4 years older than me. So that makes him, I'm 37. So 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Is he 41? Is my brother 41 years old? That's crazy. He's just over halfway dead. You wouldn't know this. Like, I talk about my sister a lot, but I don't talk about my brother that often, and not for any other reason other than we just don't chat. He's, for lack of better words, he's like the less exciting in regards to like addictive behavior or anything like that. He's got a very, very good grip on himself. He's a super hippie. Hey, brother, what's up, dude? He's a super hippie. He's been in the Navy, or went to the Navy for like 4 years. And it was going to the Navy that he's like, I don't want to do anything that modern society is associated with. So he climbs trees. And last night was I texted him for his birthday yesterday, and he's like, dude, I had a Bob Ross birthday party. And so what that means is he texted me and said, thanks for the happy birthday, dude. We had a Bob Ross birthday party where he got all of his friends from the village that he lives in, and they put on Bob Ross, and they did a paint party for his 41st birthday. Maybe he's 42 now. He might be 42. Take care, bro, all day, every day. And so, yeah, he sent me some pictures. What's up, Sherilyn? He sent me some pictures of his Bob Ross, like, painting, and it looks really, really, really cool. That sounds awesome. Ray Dog's in the building. What's up, baby? Just over halfway dead. Oh, come on, man. I'm 48. Quit depressing. Look, halfway dead is 40 years old. That's what it is. Like, I'm 37. You wouldn't think so, but I'm 37. Halfway dead. You have two full lives to live after you're halfway dead, man. You've been asleep. If you're 40 years old, you've been asleep for almost 9 years of your life. You're a baby. You're just waking up. So don't trip. Remember, it's not about time. It's about energy. It's where we're putting our energy. There's a lot of people in the gym that are working out and feeling old. And then there's those of us that work out so we don't have to worry about that stuff. Hey, so, bro, Sheila's mom. Hang on. Sheila's mom. Do I know Sheila? Sheila knows, somebody knows me. I just started going to the gym. I'm so excited for you. I'm probably going to go today. Hang on. Yeah, I'll probably go today. I hit the gym. I usually do 3 days on and then 1 day off. So I'm usually in the gym about 6 days a week. I do a lot of ninja stuff. Paulina, I see your face. I saw you. I was hanging out with you earlier on Trisha's mom. Got it. Oh, I'm so stoked to see you. Are you doing better? Are you excited? You still jumping through? I've been working on a whole nother program. That's what I've been doing this morning. I put out a video today about withdrawal symptoms and curbing those withdrawal symptoms with more alcohol, which is called The Problem is Solving the Problem with the Problem. And you don't have to be addicted to alcohol to have withdrawal symptoms. That's what hangovers are. Like, hangovers, dehydration, and sleep deprivation. So when you combine those two things, you don't feel very good. Ninja stuff. Show us the move. No, I'm sitting down. I have a whole page dedicated to my ninja stuff in the gym. I do anti-gravity stuff. I'm actually looking at creating a page called Dancing on Dumbbells, because I'll flip dumbbells upside down and balance on them and do handstands and do crazy stuff. And I'm that guy in the gym that people take videos of. But I also do that mainly to show people what health and happiness looks like, because when they see pictures of me out of the hospital and they go, bro, you were dead once. And I go like, yeah, dude, I lost my ability to walk. I got rolled out of the hospital, man. Then they look at what I'm doing in the gym, and then they go, shit, if you could do it, I could do it. Like, I know. But I also inspire a lot of younger cats, at least at the gym that I go to now. There's a lot of high schoolers, a lot of dudes going like, dude, I want to do it. So let's go, bro. Like, there's nothing stopping you from taking care of yourself or getting into handstands or anti-gravity work. This flows perfectly into everything I'm talking about in the labelless or unlabeled sobriety program that I'm designing right now. Is we are our limitations. It's not what we're doing, and it's not what we've done. that is our limitation. It is what we're thinking and what we're choosing to think. So if we continue saying, I can't do it, you're right. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain's not going to sit here and try and debate you on whether or not you're correct. So whether or not you say you can or say you can't, you are absolutely right. This is why, once again, when I show up in the gym or I show up here, you get to see what it looks like to live happy, think healthy, do healthy. And then you go like, fuck, if he could do it, that guy's been dead, right? He took 18 months to recover. I just drink a lot. I'm further ahead in the game than he ever was. I'm not in the hospital. Then we get to see what can actually looks like. And that's called ignition. Once we have this state of ignition in us going like, okay, we could do this. That means Paulina has seen enough where she's inspired enough to do something. Because most of us wait for the most detrimental part of our existence before we decide to care. So what that's called is, this is our first lesson in anything that we do, is we go, some people haven't hurt hard enough or long enough yet. So when someone is hurting so bad that they are forced to change, they are forced to do something new, that's when you start to see real magic happen. And unfortunately, most of us think that we're superhuman and that we can't get any lower and it won't get any worse. And if I could just manage our symptoms with more of the problem, then I won't have to worry about anything. So we drink and drink and drink and drink and drink, or find ourselves in those circumstances, and we create more of that chaos because we know how to operate within that violence and trauma. And then we cause the very thing that we're attempting to prevent. That's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. 30 days poison-free. I absolutely love that. How long have you been sober? I am not sober. I am so sober, I'm not sober. I can't identify as sober because I don't drink alcohol. I don't have a problem. I don't have an addiction. I'm not an alcoholic. This version of me has never even tasted alcohol. So I am doing those that are on their sobriety journey a disservice by identifying as sober. I'm not sober. I am beyond sober. That's my name, dude. But then I also have an organization called Sober Not Sober. Sober means you would like to drink, but you're choosing not to. Or you prefer to drink, but you can't because either like dopamine deficiencies, 1 is too many, 1,000 isn't enough. Whether you've got health conditions, maybe you've got high blood pressure, you're swelling, you got ascites, your throat hurts, you're sick or whatever. Sober means you prefer to drink, and if you had the option to do so, you would happily say yes or occasionally say yes, and you are in between drinks. That's what sober means. If you don't drink alcohol, you're not sober. You can't be sober. So to answer like I am in a state of sobriety is to discredit those that are actually working their fucking ass off. I'm not here to take your sobriety thunder, man. You guys are my super heroes, dude, like straight up, because I've been through it, I've done it. There's the other side of sobriety where, once again, you don't identify as sober, you're not an alcoholic, you've broken your addictions, you've broken your neurological and physiological structures. You choose not to drink. I love that. 111. Oh, I wasn't even counting. Thank you so much. And you're so far through your sobriety, you don't, it's not even a thing anymore. It's not an accomplishment. So it's kind of like, you drink water? Awesome. That's what we all do now. Like, you're not special because you drink water, dude. We all drink water. But if it's really hard for you to drink water, and that is a staple in your motivation, then, dude, you deserve to be praised if drinking water is really that difficult. Because sobriety and our mental health and physical health can remain an actual achievement for us as long as we remain the same person. But when you outgrow your achievement, you're kind of like, well, thanks. And an example of this would be like, I was looking at something like Will Ferrell was awarding Ryan Reynolds the Tech Award or whatever. And Ryan Reynolds, dude, this motherfucker is like GQ of the year. He's like a treasured Canadian. He's got endless movies. To give Ryan Reynolds an award for being an actor, goodness, he's gorgeous. And I love the guy. But you're like, come on, dude, for real? It's Ryan Reynolds. It's Will Ferrell. Are you seriously going to like go get it, Ryan? Like, bro, we celebrated you from day one, bro. We know you deserve it. You're not necessarily working harder. You might be challenging yourself, but dude, you had that shit in the bag. The same thing happens with sobriety. is I'm not gonna sit here and go like, hey man, thanks for all the love, Jay. I appreciate you respecting the fact that I'm sober. The only reason that comes with such value is because you're struggling. You are struggling in that state that I had achieved many years ago, and so it's no longer an accomplishment to me. With that knowing, I can fucking bow down to you, bro. You are working your ass off. That's awesome. That sobriety, that energy, that effort is commendable, dude. It is respectable. It is leadership. It is inspirational, dude. This is why I'm your biggest fan. You look at all my emails, all my texts, all that stuff. Thank you so much for the roses. You look at all that stuff and it will say your biggest fan. And that's because I'm cheering you on, dude. Like, I want to see you win because you're closing the gap between where I've been for a long time and where you are. So Paulina, every single day that you're reciting an affirmation, that you're doing these things, that you're playing with crystals, you're doing all this stuff, we're becoming closer and closer and closer together because you're no longer operating in this miserable state. What you're seeing here is called higher vibrational state, which is peace, love, happiness, joy, enlightenment, right? Acceptance, and all of those other beautiful, really truly meaningful aspects of the human experience. And so that's why the sober, not sober, unlabeled or labeled sobriety program is less about, it's actually like zero about alcohol and problems and substance abuse and things like that. It's all about the evolution of your mind and body without having to identify as sober or someone in recovery or an alcoholic or anything like that. Because our labels are our limits. If our labels are our limits, then what happens if you start practicing saying that you're unfuckwittable, that you are actually unstoppable, that you can do it? If you identify as a can man or a can woman, I'm a can woman, I'm a yes man, yes woman. When you identify and you start saying that, your brain is designed neurologically like a computer to make that true. Absolutely. To make that true. Did you get up today? Cool, you're a can man. Did you drink water today? No, but you can. That's because you're a can man. You're actively out there finding reasons, subconsciously and consciously when you get good at it, why you're moving forward and why everything's working out for you, why you're always in the right place. You talk too much. Did you know two, the concept of two as in an overflow has two O's in it? Did you also know that you are on a channel that is built behind the concept of communication? So to listen is to literally put two double O, much as in it can't handle it, into your cup that's overflowing with shit. If you pour some of that shit out of your cup, maybe you'll find another O to fill that bitch with. And you'll actually start listening to the words that I'm regurgitating out of my fat fucking face. The fact that you think it's too much talking means you are listening way too hard. Shut your ear holes, dude. Or the front fucking door. On that note, everything that we think, everything that we say, and everything we do and don't do is a form of communication, right? So too much of anything is a problem. Too much of me and we got an issue, right? I don't need you addicted to me or my energy. I don't even want you addicted to you. But I do want you excited about your resilience. I want you stoked. Recovery, what's up? I want you excited about your direction, about your momentum, about that perpetual reinforcement of success and abundance and gratitude and respect and appreciation for you. This is what's so magical is we think it just got schooled. We think that it's all of that stuff. We think it's this. We think it's all these things outside of us that are the reasons or are effective scapegoating elements. So we could just sit here and go like, it's too hard. It's just I just can't do it. We look at these things and we're focusing on this massive outer world imagery, and then we're allowing that to just like bring in too much communication that is designed to help us feel infinitesimal. Another way of saying that is we look at the outside world and go like, it's too big for me to conquer. What we don't shift is our perspective. You are not too big to conquer. It's fucking you, dude. It's you. You are too difficult to it's you, bro. Girl, it's you. Are you seriously? You conquered everything else that's ever happened to and for you. You can't conquer your own mind, dude. You built it. You literally designed it. Like, you're the reason it is the way it is. You're directly associated with this expansion. If your brain wasn't here, there would be nothing to expand upon. You could expand upon it and design it accidentally, but you can't design it strategically? The only two in that is too much shit you're talking to yourself, which is a whole module in here, by the way. Negative self-talk, dude. I'm so stoked to record that module. Paulina, you know what I'm talking about. That one's for you. It's not that you're talking shit, but it's negative self-talk, and then the section right after that is affirmations, man. 111. Those affirmations, man, I'm dead serious with this. They are the most powerful and igniting is a word I'd like to use. I want to say transformational micro elements that really help us move forward. And I need help, dude. I'm here for you, Chris. Chris. You know what's interesting? Chris Cameron. Chris is my dad's name. Cameron's my brother's name. And it was his birthday yesterday. Never forget you, bro. So Chris Cameron, pops and bro. If you really want help, dude, hit the link in my bio. If we help, if anybody here, if we haven't connected already, we can stay connected with the link in my bio. I'm not trying to like spam you or anything. But if you have a question, you want to get a hold of me, you want to work with me personally, you want to gain access to the Beyond Sober program, you want early dibs in the Sober Not Sober unlabeled sobriety program, you want access to the 6-step recovery guide, you want the podcast, the TV show, you want all that stuff, you want early access to the book, just share your information so we can stay in contact. If you have a question, you're asking me something specific, I'm checking my email and I'm responding to messages all day long. So in between recording and working one-on-one, I am sending text messages, I'm recording videos, and I'm responding to emails. So you pick and choose how you'd like for me to respond. So hit that link in my bio. It's beyondsober.org. Let's stay connected. As I continue growing and expanding with your support and your help and your energy, I want to make sure that I'm able to offer you literally first dibs, the greatest discounts, and the best opportunities that I could conjure based on my own personal expansion and the work that I'm doing off of TikTok. It is 111. Look at that. Oh, 111, 111, 111. Oh, man. What? Is it going to be 111? That means 3 people got about 11, 12, 3 people got it? No. Oh, my God. Dude, do it. Dude, do it. Do it. One more person. There's got to be 3. It's on the TV. It's on the iPad. It's on the phone. It's on the watch. Give it to me, dude. Give it to just one person swing through. It's got to come out. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, shit! 111, 111, 111, 111. We on fire, baby! God damn it! How badass, dude. That is... 112. Perfect timing, dude. That was... Oh, my goodness. I think I just leveled up, man. Wow. That was badass. We aligned... every element, every device, every person just before the switch. If that's not absolute universal law going, do we on a good one, bruh, you're in the right place to figure it out. Because the absolute truth is we're not all here by accident. Every single thing that's ever happened to and for us in our entire life has brought us to this conversation. And we are choosing, this is the peak of our existence right now. Every single one of us, we can't think of something better to do. But that doesn't mean there's not something better to do. And it doesn't mean that what we're doing isn't the best for us right now. Every single decision, whether we agree with it or not, is literally the peak of our decision making. Yes, neurologically, yes, socially, yes, personally, you could probably choose mango juice. But you didn't choose it then, and that's because you chose the best you possibly could in that moment. So every single moment is literally us making the best decision for ourselves in that moment. This is how we recognize our strength. This is how we recognize our momentum. And this is how we energize ourselves to continue moving forward. Instead of beating ourselves up and going like, damn, still Spartacus. You're sitting here going like, damn, I could have, I should have, I would have, if only. You could take actual accountability and pride and going, yeah, I chose that shit. I chose to sit on the fucking couch. Instead of sitting here and finding reasons why you could have been doing something else and creating this guilt and this shame and, motherfucker, you could have been the president, but you wait. You're not going to. Had it not been for this one thing that happened that one time, every single thing happened exactly the way it was supposed to. I'm not talking about like destiny. It means that every bird had to go through a series of eating worms before it realized it needed to shit on you. Like, you just happened to fucking be there when it needed to deuce one out. It ate a shitty worm. It was covered in pesticides. You happened to be walking by. But had you not eaten that burger on Tuesday, 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't have been racing to the fucking... You see what I'm saying? All of those things have to work out exactly the way they did for them to unfold exactly the way they do. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of it, you think it's not important, or we want to find reasons why, no, it wasn't supposed to be me. This applies to death too, man. This applies to success. This applies to feelings. It applies to every single aspect of our life. I quit cold turkey, and I'm wondering how to get through the first 1 to 2 weeks. Dude, I love that. That's a great question. First thing, water, juice, all this stuff, electrolytes, hydration. That's your new best friend. Like, literally stop talking to your friends. You drink water now. That's what you do. Most withdrawal symptoms aren't going to last 1 to 2 weeks. What you will be hit with is possibly some anxiety. You will have some mood swings, maybe some low-lying depression or some very obvious depression. And this is because alcohol is a literal poison. It's a carcinogen. It's been causing physical and emotional trauma in your body since the very first day you decided to drink it. If you're worried about 1 to 2 weeks, that means you've been drinking enough alcohol for you to like physically feel the absence of it in your body. Another way of saying that is alcohol has become your fuel source. And until you replace that poisonous fuel source with an actual healthy fuel source like water, then your chemicals are going to be regulating themselves. Your brain is going to be creating a neutral chemical structure that's going to help you focus. So what that means is, as your brain and as your body are healing, what's popping? As they're healing, your body may be focusing a little bit more on dopamine. And at that same time, it also may be attempting to compress that cortisol. And at the same time, your endorphins may off a little bit. And at the same time, your oxytocin may be a little bit low. So you're going to feel off as your brain chemically balances itself out. That's the work. And that just doesn't happen in time. We need to help that happen. So another way of saying that is, it's not the amount of time. It's not the 1 to 2 weeks. It's not the 30 days. That is not what heals you. That's not what fixes you. We like to think that because we go, well, I haven't been poisoning myself for 2 weeks. Awesome. But you also haven't been helping yourself heal. And this is where a lot of people ask me, hey, what can I put in my body to fix my liver? Your liver's fucked, bro. You've been drinking alcohol for 30 years. You got cirrhosis. Me too. You don't fix that. That's permanent damage, bro. But that doesn't mean your liver's shot, and it doesn't mean you're not going to live a long time, and it doesn't mean you have something necessarily to worry about. It means that if you don't help your liver function to the best of its ability with water and rest and good thoughts, then you're continuing to stress your body out, and we're not helping it heal on its own. So the only way that we actually get the support or give our body the support that it actually needs, it's not by taking a bunch of ibuprofen. It is not by jumping on all these different pills. It's not by getting prescriptions. It is not by jumping on another substance. It is allowing your body to utilize as much of what's natural as humanly possible. Water is fuck. Fruit and juice is fuck. Carbohydrates, man. We need good food, right? Stop going to Taco Bell. If you're drinking less alcohol, you're drinking less poison. But if you're still going to Taco Bell, you're still going to KFC, you're still going to Carl's Jr., you're still going to all these places, you're ordering out, man, you're doing all this shit, you're just putting a different type of poison in your body. Granted, it's not rotting your body from the inside out, and it's not causing you cancer the way alcohol is, but you're not helping your body heal. And it's important to bring this up because healthy isn't just a series of random choices. Pauly Shore vibes? No way. Are you serious? Is it when I do this? When I do this? Huh? Healthy is a lifestyle, dude. Like, it is something that you commit to every day. When you commit to something, I really want you to think about this, man. You committed to your job. You're going to go to your job. That's how you get paid. You want to keep the lights on? You want to eat that fucking Burger King? You want to do that shit? You want to wake up tomorrow? You're going to go to that fucking job, right? Right? Your life is your job. But that doesn't mean you're not going to go get faded and get tossed and ruin your job because you're tired or you're lazy or you're unmotivated or you don't have the discipline. You got to go. You got to do that shit. We got to live. Unfortunately, that illusion of paper is more important than our fucking health. We're literally willing to work ourselves to death for the illusion of abundance. And it's never fucking enough, man. So healthy is a lifestyle. It's not just like, well, I drank some water today. I'm doing healthy things. Healthy becomes a commitment to being a healthy person, living a healthy life. This is not anything that is not meant for us from birth. In the same concept, I've never talked about it like this. Drinking water changes your life, 100%. It's the elixir of survivors. It's the nectar of life. I want you to think of this. What does a baby fucking need? Aside from, what do kids need? They need food. They need actual proteins and carbs and veggies. So do you as an adult, right? They need liquids, right? Water, milk, whatever, juice, right? Gotta hydrate. You need all those vitamins and those minerals, right? They need fucking sleep, dude. They need rest, because they're growing. Healing and growth and expansion happens during rest and during sleep. So a healthy decision as a kid and as an adult is taking a fucking nap. Setting a bedtime, man. Allowing yourself to sleep. Stop trying to stay awake. You're not missing anything. Right? And then what else do we need on this? Good thoughts, man. So all kids that grow up and claim and believe and know that they had a great childhood were supported with good words. Dude, you're doing great, man. You're doing fucking phenomenal. I'm telling you, man, go talk shit to a kid, see what happens. Right? Tell them that they're not enough. Tell them that they look ugly. Tell them that they look stupid today. See what happens. They're going to recluse. Most of us had to deal with this shit. Most of us go in the fucking closet and just drink ourselves to death as an adult because of the shitty shit that we were told as kids. Because our parents and that generation is toxic as fuck. You, as an adult, need to hear good things. Not because you're broken. Not because there's a fucking problem, Spartacus. Because you're the actual shit. You are the shit. You're the shit. You don't have to do anything to be the shit. You're not hurting anybody. Cool. You deserve to be happy, bro. You're doing great. You're doing phenomenal, bro. You're kicking ass. I know it hurts. It hurts because you're healing, man. Get up. You got this. Let's go. Get up. You got this. Let's go. Let's go. It sucked today too. It's going to suck tomorrow, right? Part of that pain and that anguish is the healing process and the success. But that's a commitment to a healthy lifestyle. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. A good deed could be self-care, doing stuff for you. And I don't just mean a bubble bath. Do that too. You deserve a bubble bath. No one's stopping you. You can go. Right? Come back. I'll still be talking. Or just go. Like, go. Go take a bubble bath. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing stopping us from enjoying ourselves. An example of this is my homie who's like a personal trainer at the gym. He lost his job recently. He's a highly in tune, highly adept, highly expansive and creative cat. He lost one of his jobs recently. And I was like, bro, the universe is giving you this opportunity to take care of yourself, right? To actually, Amanda's in the building, I love you. Actually giving you an opportunity to take care of yourself, bro. You're talking about you want more money. You want to take care of your health. You want to do these things. And then the universe removes something that isn't working for you. And then you're punishing yourself with the time the universe gave you. I love you. The universe removed what wasn't for you. And now you're upset with all the additional time you have. Bro, if you don't learn how to just enjoy the nothingness, if you don't practice sitting within the whatever and just existing and like doing a hobby and going out for the sake of going out, going for a walk with no purpose, no reason, no specific desire, just taking care of you, bro, then what is the point of having a job that brings you all the money so you can have all the time if this is what you're going to do with it? You're going to be bored You're going to talk shit? You're going to sit here and find all these reasons why, well, I got nothing to do now. I have all the money. The time you have when you have money is the exact same time you have when you don't have money. When you don't have money, you might be sitting here stressing about all this shit, but that attracts desperate things, desperate results. You see desperate things. You try and fill that time thinking that you're losing something, and then you're making yourself sick. And then when that thing shows up, you can't even handle it. And then you're trying desperately to hang on to this thing that was never meant for you to fucking start with. My point is, as soon as literally the next day, I said, bro, go home, do nothing with intent. You don't have that job, which means you don't have to worry about it. Quit stressing on that shit. If you keep giving your attention to what's not working, you won't even use the time you have to enjoy what is working. You are working. So he did this, and then the next day, that job he lost 3 weeks ago, called him back, gave him a raise and a bonus, and then bought him a new cell phone so he could do an even better job. All because he stopped worrying. All because he gave himself permission to enjoy himself with what he had. He's not sitting here stressing and looking and trying to fill the gap and like operate from this like very, very low vibrational standpoint. Not only did they take him back because of whatever, gave him a raise, gave him a bonus, but then he was offered an actual position with a fitness instructor that he's been like in love with for such a long time because he's an actual trainer. The person that he has been learning from online just accepted him and reached out to him to add him to his fitness team to amplify what he loves to do the most. He loves to help people, dude. That's why he and I gravitated towards each other. He came up, I'm doing handstands, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm doing, TJ's in the building, what's up, baby? He saw me doing handstands. He's like, bro, I saw you. Coincidentally, he also died. What are the chances that he just happens to be energetically aligned with the only other person in the room that has experienced death and came back? Hey, Lori. He just happens to realize that, recognize that, see that, be interested. He could talk to anybody in the gym, but he came up to me and he told me that his depression, which he suffered chronically and severely, almost felt terminal, he died. His depression was so bad that he was on his way to take himself out in a hotel room that was flooding. And he passed out from I think he OD'd. Like he passed out in water. And he died. And then he woke up. He came back. He remembers his whole experience. He remembers the light. He remembers all the same stuff that I do. We and I have the same story. I've met like 15 people who all have the same story that I do when they died. And it's all exactly the same, which is why we don't live in fear of death, which is why we know that it doesn't matter what we do here. Everything is working out exactly the way it's supposed to. There's no reason to stress out. Like, we're here. We're going to be here. Because we know what it feels like to die, there's no reason for us to live in fear or create a reality that we don't enjoy living in. Because in the end, you're going to be happy in that passing anyway. You can't transfer over there until you've reached a state of bliss and happiness and acceptance, which coincidentally is the whole fucking backbone of the Beyond Sober and the Sober Not Sober movement. It's because I died that I know what to talk about and how to help people reach a state of bliss and peace without the poison and without the fear of their own world. So my point with that is that he passed on and then came back, and then he's like, nah, man, I'm committed to designing a life I love to live. He struggles a little bit with timing, meaning that he wants things to show up faster. And that's because most of us practice waiting, which is why sobriety is so difficult, is because we think that the time we sit here waiting, imagine like waiting for the show to start, waiting for your package to be delivered, right? Yeah, a perfect example, I'll get into that later. But the point is that you've placed the order, man. You don't know when it's going to show up, and it's not showing up any faster because you're waiting at the door. It's not going to be here any sooner because you're giving it all your attention. That's your happiness, that's your health, that's your abundance, that's your focus, that's all of that stuff. Because waiting is torture. Waiting is thinking that the package arriving, your health arriving, your sobriety arriving is way more important than right now. And so we're sitting here impatiently waiting for this thing to show up that may never show up. We're waiting for this door, a knock on the door, impatiently. Our heart's racing, our thoughts are going. We're trying to get there. Bro, you're gonna pass out before it even shows up. It's unnecessary stress, dude. That's the difference between patience and waiting. Patience is being right here, right now, and accepting the information for what it is. We're not waiting for anything to show up. We just know that it's on its way. We know that we don't have to work harder. We don't have to force things. We don't have to be desperate. We don't have to amplify our anxiety in the hopes that maybe it's the anxiety that makes it show up faster. And to be perfectly honest, when our brain is trying to process all this information and we're waiting, we are actually making it take longer. In our own minds, it is taking forever because we're focusing all of our attention on what's not here. That thing you're waiting for, if you're waiting for it, it's because you're giving your attention to what you don't have. But what do you have, man? You got me. We're right here. You think the point I'm trying to make is at the end of this conversation? No, it's right here. I'm saying it. You're hearing it. You're feeling it. It's right here, Spartacus. Sparta kick your ass. This is the truth. It's not at the end. As a matter of fact, it was at the very beginning. And now we're continuing that point throughout this entire conversation. There's 100 of us, 104. And we're all exactly where we're supposed to fucking be. We're all experiencing it exactly the way we're supposed to. We're all interpreting it in the exact way that we are capable of, which is perfect for where you are. You're not supposed to process everything in a space you've never been in. This is why, Paulina, as we step forward and we're taking these steps and having these experiences and having these crystals. I got a crystal that broke in half the other day. And now I have 2 crystals. It glows. It glows blue. It's so bad. Maybe I'll go get it in a little bit. But the point is as you grow, you start to see things, see yourself, and see the world in a different way. And this is because, dude, Paulina, like, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It served its purpose. It's still serving its purpose. I hate all this anxiety, but that anxiety loves you. You know why? It's because you welcome it. Anxiety is us not creating a peaceful life. That's all it is. I want you to really think about this. So first off, from a neurological, biochemical standpoint, you could be practicing all of the affirmations. I would love some crystals. Dude, I'll promote the shit out of them here, dude. I'll keep them with me all the time. Well, we'll chat. Hell yeah. I love that. I got a whole crystal collection. I don't know if you can see this. Right there. I got my pyramid chilling. And then, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's not over there. You won't be able to see it. I got another, like, super tall, badass crystal. But yeah. So here's the thing. You could, 90% of people could go like, but what about my anxiety? Okay, well, a few different things. You could be sitting right here with me, right? I got tons of space. I got 4 spots. We could be in the same room. And we're just hanging out, literally doing nothing. If your nervous system is irregular or deregulated, dysregulated, it doesn't matter what we're doing because your nervous system is spiking. It thinks you're in flight mode, even when there's nothing going on. A perfect example is I have tinnitus, right? So when there's no sound, which is why I always have bells going, the fans going, TV, some music, always got to have something going, is as soon as that high-pitched sound happens in my ears, I start to get anxiety for some reason. And it's because in the peace, in the nothingness, there's this high-pitched ringing. It's almost like a siren, and it's like it's something happening to me. And so my nervous system thinks, because it's so abnormal, that we need to really pay attention. It's the worst. I consciously know it's my tinnitus. I know for a fact what it is. I know when to expect it. I know how to prevent it. I know how to ignore it. I know how to welcome it. I know all that stuff. I practice awareness and all that stuff every single day, even this morning in meditation. But my nervous system doesn't know. It doesn't know. My brain doesn't know. My brain is just doing what it thinks is appropriate. It thinks that there's something to worry about. So my anxiety starts to spike, and I feel it in my stomach, in your left ear. I feel it in my stomach right here. My heart starts to go bananas. And then as soon as I turn some sound on, it all goes away. My nervous system goes, oh, normal is with texture, okay? So I have ADHD, hypersensitive. I could smell sounds and shit. Not really, but I feel everything all the time. Not doing something means I'm feeling everything, which is why I constantly have the stimulation going on. I've got stuff, all that shit. So my point with this is, it doesn't matter how peaceful you are here if your nervous system is dysregulated. Because once again, if you're doing everything and there's tons of information coming at you, it's going to make, I can smell sounds. Your nervous system is going to go, there's too much happening. We need to either jump into fight or flight or freeze or hide or whatever. So with everything in front of you, your nervous system thinks the same thing as if nothing is happening. So this is where we have to do specific like meditation techniques, maybe even speaking to certain people, like even Reiki healers and shit. We have to focus on, what is that called? The Anunnaki nervous system. Autonomic, apadaba. Anyway, sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system. There we go. The parasympathetic nervous system is basically as your body activates and goes like, okay, we're good. We're not analytically studying all these things. We've relaxed into the moment. So that's anatomic. Thank you so much. So from that standpoint, we have to realize that our anxiety is meant to keep us safe. It is there to keep us safe. So why would that be happening if there's no reason to escape? That's generally because your body, your mind, have been in a fight or flight mode for quite some time. Alcohol is a narcissist. Alcohol has been causing trauma in your mind and body for many years. I would have never got that. Hey, thank you so much, Jay. So if you've been in a chaotic environment for a long time, and that's how you operate, and that's how you manage your life, when you're not in that environment, your body is still doing what it's been conditioned to do, which is highly amplify your awareness to anything and everything because something scary might be happening around the corner. So paranoia is like BPD activates with all that stuff, CPTSD, all that shit. So that's your machine being dysregulated. And that takes actual like physical attributes, like going to the gym, going for walks, those types of things. Meditation is phenomenal for that stuff. You're back. I haven't been anywhere. I've been right here. So that's one thing. But then the other part of that is your brain is actively signaling 24/7, 365, whether you're awake or asleep, to your body. That's a conversation that's being had all the time. This is why your body knows more about you than you know about it. So we have to think about this. If we can't feel the pains and we can't feel the trauma and we can't feel the hurt and we can't feel the swelling, we can't feel the pain that we're creating to ourselves with alcohol and all that stuff, then we've been physically traumatizing our body and it's been begging for our attention for quite some time. So that's obviously going to contribute to a dysregulated system. But also as alcohol and our environment lower our mental health, we hyper-focus, hyper-deliver, or even disassociate for safety reasons. So this is a major reason why removing the trauma, alcohol, removing the substance that's been causing the pain but numbing it, is just showing you what you've accidentally done to yourself with so much alcohol. Or so, even just being around negative people for an extended period of time, it will dramatically impact your entire system. So remember, you're constantly taking in 11 million bits of information per second. Trust me, you're looking at what's behind here. You're just not paying attention to it. You saw that, you see that, you know there's a trash can. It's gone now, right? But it's still there. You're still thinking about it. You're just not aware of what you're thinking. So with all this data that's happening all of the time, it is signaling to our machine what needs our attention and what does need our attention. It's attempting to work with us. If we don't practice thinking, then thinking happens to us. Let's say that again. If we don't practice thinking, then thinking happens to us. Because I'm telling you this, by choice, you would never choose anxiety-ridden thoughts. You would never sit on the couch and be like, you know what I need? You know, it'd be nice. Some anxiety. You're not doing that. That's not you. You would never choose. You wouldn't wish your anxiety on anybody. Your greatest enemy. You wouldn't do that because it's just overwhelming. Like, how do you function? Like, I don't know how I do it. Which is proof that you've been surviving it your whole fucking life and you're really good. Which also means that if you've survived all the struggle and all the pain, it's guaranteed you're going to get Sparta kicked into recovery and survive that shit too. At the bottom of that Sparta hole is everything you've ever fucking wanted, right? So if you could manage your anxiety while sick, you're obviously going to be able to manage your anxiety while healthy. So that is the trip with this is people ask me every single day. As a matter of fact, I didn't even show you this. If you guys are new here, you don't know this. That's what this tattoo is. That's an A and an H. Means anxiety hacker. I used to work for an organization called the Anxiety Hackers. And and what they did is help people with their anxiety through books and programs and courses and physical fitness and mental health and all that stuff. And I get asked that question every single day, but what about my anxiety? It's caused by the alcohol, bro. You gotta quit drinking that shit so you can see actually how much you have. And now that you recognize where your anxiety is spiking at, now we need to actively start designing a life anxiety-free. Anxiety is a part of life, dude. You have to have that shit. Some fucking random dude knocked on my door today, and my first thought wasn't like, oh, goody! I haven't had someone knock on my door in ages. People don't even know where I fucking live. Like, they just don't. I'm not out here just inviting. No one's ever been in my home. Unless it's a maintenance guy. I've never had a friend over. Nobody I have ever known has stepped foot in my space. They just don't know. You know, you're not invited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're welcome, but you're not invited. So when there's a knock on the door today, my first thought was, fuck. No. Hard no. And this is right after activating my robo-killer SMS and spam call service. So I'm sitting here going like, getting rid of all the spam in my life because phone calls give me anxiety. I'm not answering, bro. It's my brother's birthday. I'm not picking up the phone. Like, I'll text you back and then maybe I'll call you. But when that knock on the door happened, normally my heart would drop. My heart would drop and I would sit here and be like, ah, fuck. But I practiced going, there's nothing to be afraid of. Even though I wanted to flip out and my body is going, nobody knows where you live, bro. There's no reason for you to open that door. You're safer not answering it. I decided intentionally not to look through the little peephole thing because I don't want to have this like preconceived concept. I don't want my imagination to mess with me. I would rather just open the door and accept the data for what it is, even though it's unexpected, than to actively give into my anxiety just to be proven that I didn't need to have anxiety to start with. So if I act as an anxiety-like person, I'm going to get those results. And so that's the whole thing, is I didn't look through the thing. I opened the door and this guy's like, hey, I'm here to check your smoke detectors. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, good to see you, man. Right? Caffeine on CNS. I'm not sure. I know caffeine, but I don't know anything else. But that's the whole thing, is if I play into the anxiety, I am preemptively having an emotion for something that is probably not going to play out. My anxiety, knowing that there was somebody at the door, normally in an unhealthy space, which I grew up in, it's an angry parent, it's a friend that I wasn't expecting that's not happy, it is the police, it is an angry neighbor, it is someone in distress, it is someone asking for money. It's all these things, or it used to be. And so I was constantly living in fear of who may or may not be on the other side of that door. But as I practice, hang on. So we allow ourselves to put our own self in those anxiety-stricken modes. 100%. We directly 100% contribute to it because we amplify it with possibility. There's a possibility that was a cop at the door. As a matter of fact, proof is I saw a sheriff out here earlier. So, who knows? I'm not doing anything. I'm not walking around bucket naked, bro. Like, there's no reason for him to be here, but I was raised in environments where Yeah, a cop's... Dude, I've had my house, or the house that I lived in, raided numerous times. I've been put in handcuffs because I'm in the house. I had them dislocate my shoulder. I have more than enough reason for me to believe, not to just think, but to believe that I'm in trouble for existing. Like, I have tons of PTSD. But the thing with this is that almost 100%, 99.9% of the anxiety I have never plays out to our benefit. Because we live in fear of the worst case scenario. We think it's going to be something and it never is. We think, as a matter of fact, we believe that our anxiety is the reason it wasn't the cop at the door. We think that our anxiety specifically is the reason the plane didn't crash. We think that our anxiety is the reason that bill wasn't in the mailbox. And we subconsciously and sometimes consciously commit to it. If I have enough anxiety, if I think about this hard enough, if I worry about this enough, it won't happen. Yet what we don't understand is that we're programming ourselves to look for anything that can contribute to that feeling. I don't want the anxiety, so I have the anxiety. I don't want the pain, so I cause the pain. I don't want the circumstance, so I cause the circumstance. It's our fear of that circumstance that generates the emotion that puts us in a state of fear. And that just, once again, amplifies our anxiety. Hang on. I gotta double check. I think I have a meeting at 2. Hopefully. So I got a few minutes, and then I have a meeting with Michelle. She jumped into the Beyond Sober program, and we get a chance to meet today. So this is, I have a notification right here. So I got a few minutes before I go chat with Michelle. So I say that to go, like, if you guys are interested, or if you wanted to work with me personally, I meet with people all day long that are either interested in getting more information about the program, that are interested in utilizing me as a coach between 1 and 9 months, or they're week 2 into the program and we're having a progress report. So what's cool is those that are in the Beyond Sober program and they're focusing on habits and healthy habits and doing those things, I send my private calendar out to everybody that's in the program that's putting in work. Thank you so much for the roses. And so we get a chance to meet, and I get to see exactly where you are, exactly where you're struggling, or exactly where you're succeeding. And then I help you blueprint an actual outline of where to put your attention. And more importantly, I want to make sure that you know how well you're doing, even if you're struggling. So Michelle, I'm not sure actually why she's on the calendar. I just know that she's through the program. So if you're interested, hit the link in my bio. Paulino, we'll see you later. We need to chat. If you're even remotely interested, hit the link in my bio. On the website, you'll see a little button that says apply. You can get on there, or just send me a message and I'll check my messages right there and you'll be able to see that, or I'll be able to see that and get back to you. So moving on, just a little bit more about anxiety is we tend to believe wholeheartedly. Like, here's my question to you, Spartacus. Here's my question. Can you prove to me that your anxiety is the reason that shit does or doesn't work? Can you prove, think about this. Can you prove that the energy in your body and the thoughts in your beautiful mind and all that unnecessary stress that you're creating in your nervous system, the thought about alcohol, the thought about the bullshit, can you prove to me that it is your anxiety, that feeling, that is energetically the reason why that shit doesn't happen? Because until we could prove that it is actually our anxiety, then there's literally no reason for us to have it. Literally no reason. It doesn't help us. It doesn't support us. Katie, thank you so much. It's not supporting us. Now, I can't prove it, bro. Right? So we look at this and go like, shit, I can't even prove that the reason I overthink these things is the reason these things work or don't work out. You know what I'm saying? So desperate thoughts get desperate results, right? And a lot of us, we create this unnecessary realm of desperation. So when it doesn't happen, we feel better. That's what I'm saying. We like to, keep in mind, this is all from my experience. If I punish myself emotionally hard enough before the thing happens, then when it doesn't happen, it's like I'm on vacation. I thought it was going to be the cops. It feels really good when you realize that the whole thing you were thinking about isn't true, isn't real. And so what most of us tend to do is we keep ourselves in that state of flight or fight. So when the thing we're afraid of doesn't happen, we feel in control. We feel like we did something. We feel like it mattered. We feel like our energy went positively in a direction that didn't need it at all, right? Yeah, it truly happens exactly like that. So and that's the unnecessary and just like dramatic part about the way we process things is we always assume the worst. And most of us, it is what it is. Exactly. And so that concept of it is what it is module 1 of Beyond Sober, which is the art of acceptance or radical acceptance. It doesn't matter how I feel about who's at the door. They're knocking. It doesn't matter what I have in my living room. I got an iPad. It doesn't matter what they see, what they're not going to see. It doesn't change anything. How I feel about someone at the door isn't going to make them go away. How I feel about what they need to do with my smoke detectors, which I didn't even know I had those fucking things, doesn't change the fact that they're doing their job, that they need access. They're going to keep knocking until they can complete that thing. My opinions, my thoughts, my emotions aren't shifting the actuality of the circumstances at all. But what they are doing is changing me. Because I'm sitting here and giving myself anxiety. Kohdi, Sheila Brown. It is adjusting how I see, how I feel, and how I think, and more importantly, what I do with that information. If I can go to the door and go like, nothing bad ever happens to me. If I go to the door, I don't have to be excited. Remember this, you don't have to be excited. You just don't have to be anxious. You don't have to be excited to see somebody you've never seen before. You don't have to be excited to open the door. You don't have to be excited to see what's on the other side. You don't have to be excited about these things. But you also don't have to punish yourself until you realize the truth that there was never anything that you needed to worry about anyway. And it's probably a better idea if we expect the worst. Expect the best. Someone's dropping off $100,000 today. You got to enjoy yourself the whole time until you open that door. And then you're like, not a hundo? Well, that was outside the probability. So in tapping onto anxiety, I want to tell you this real quick before I got to go. I got like 2 minutes. Our anxiety is based on possibility. We tend to amplify our energy towards the possibility of something not working instead of the probability. I gotta start doing that more. Do it, practice. You get good at anything you practice. If the program's for practice, you get good at anything you practice, including not giving a shit, including allowing things to be, including accepting things for what they are. Our anxiety is like going, what is the possibility that it is the worst case scenario? We focus on the energy and the density of the possibility of it not working. And we commit to that because we think that what we're doing is important. We are in control as long as we're focusing on the possibility of it not working. Because if it doesn't work, we've been prepared this whole fucking time, ready for the building to crumble, right? You weren't ready for that earthquake though. So that's the thing, is we amplify our awareness to the possibility of something not working out. That gives us anxiety. How we shift our energetic space is focusing on the probability of that being true. Bro, is there a possibility that the cop is at the door right now and ready to take me away for something that I was involved in 6 years ago? Yeah, 100%. That's a definite possibility. But what's the probability that the sheriff I saw down there is the same guy that's hunting me down? What's the probability that I have a fucking warrant for my arrest for some shit I already served? Very, very low. So when I step into the energetic space of probability, then I go, shit, I don't have shit to worry about. I'm not even tripping. And even if it is them trying to take me away, it's not like I could have stopped it anyway. It is what it is. I accept it for what it is. And then because I accept things for what they are, I don't punish myself for what they're not, emotionally or physically. Thank you. I really needed this right now. I'm so fucking proud of you. So I got to jump in. I got to go meet with Michelle here in just a few minutes. So Spartacus, man, everything, there's always a level of possibility. But I want you to focus on the probability, dude. What is the probability that you're going to be the one that takes care of yourself? 100%, because you've always been the one that's been taking care of you. Bro, this is why I'm not worried about you. You got this shit. All right, with that said, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to meet with Michelle. Maybe I'll be back on later. If we haven't connected, hit the link in my bio. Share your information. I'm not going to spam you, but I will reach out to you to hold you accountable if you're struggling with anything. Any emails you get from me, those are directly from me. So you can respond to that, and I will respond right back to you. You want to connect with me? Once again, link in bio. I love you guys. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Thank you for sharing yourself, and thank you for contributing to the movement and the message. You are way more important than you think you are, and I'm here to continue showing up to prove that to you 100%. With that said, I'm going to take care of me for you, and do me a favor. Will you please just take care of you for me? Question mark? I don't know.